Hi, folks. Uh, I haven't been traveling much recently. For one thing, it's hot, and I can be reasonably comfortable in my truck after the sun's been down for a little while. Um, but it's harder to travel in the heat and in the cold, for that matter, than uh, times when it's the weather's a lot nicer. Uh, But I'm taking a couple of months off, partially because of the heat, but also uh, because I need to be building inventory. I will be doing my third year this year as a guest craftsman at Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri, for their autumn harvest festival. They have pumpkin. Some people might call it the pumpkin festival. They get tens of thousands of pumpkins and spread them out all over the place. It's kind of cool. Uh, if you're not familiar with Silver Dollar City, it's a theme park in Branson, Missouri. It's been open about as long as I've been alive. Not quite though, uh, but I did go there when I was around 10, and it was shortly after they opened. I think they had their 50th anniversary within the last several years, maybe 5 years or so. I don't really know. I just know I went there when I was a kid, and I was really impressed. I love watching one of the memories is a guy carving cedar wood, and it smelled so good. And he was carving a wooden Indian. They do that kind of stuff there at this. It's an amusement park. They've got roller coasters and uh, shows and lots of restaurants, and it's all sorts of craftsmen to watch. Uh, Many who are there full time, but in the fall they bring in guest craftspeople, and I'm one of the people they bring in. This, as I mentioned, it'll be my third year. They're actually bringing me in, I think, a week early. I will, if I can figure out how to do it, I'll post the schedule on this video. It will be sometime. I think I get there the end of the first week of September through October, and it ends in time for me to get back to Virginia for my wedding anniversary on the 1st of November. And don't forget that. Doesn't matter. I would be driving halfway across the United States, of course, but that's okay. I do that. uh, but anyway, they give me a, a shack. The first year I was in a barn with several other craftspeople, um, but last year they put me in a shack up on the square. And if you know about Silver Dollar City, you know where I'm talking about. Up on the square, it's there will it's right after you go through the ticket booth, and you'll you'll pass. I think they have it every year. They'll have this. It looks shaped kind of like a Christmas tree, but it's made of piled pumpkins that are piled up. And this thing, yeah, 12, 15 feet tall, maybe taller. I don't know. It's kind of cool. Uh, but they give me an 8 by 12 wooden building with no front on it. And there's a curtain, a heavy plastic canvas kind of curtain that comes down, and it fastens so you can close up your shack at the end of the day. And I put basically my entire studio in there, or very close. There are couple of things that are just too heavy and bulky for me to carry. But I do have most of my gear there. I have a cargo trailer that I carry it out there with me and then set up. And so I'll be working there. Um, I think I start sometime around 8:30 in the morning and I finish at 6. And I've got just constantly people walking around. It's very rare when there's not somebody there walking past my booth or stopping to talk to me or something like that. But it's a lot of fun. But I need to have quite a bit of inventory already made and ready to sell, just to pay for being there. They Silver Dollar City takes a commission off of my sales, and that's okay, because I don't have to pay to be there, and they put me in this nice booth. And they one thing that's kind of cool is, like I said, there's several restaurants there. Uh, Last year, the employees have a cafeteria. It's good food, very good food. Uh, but they were renovating the cafeteria, so they closed one of the restaurants, and that was the employees' uh, restaurant. That was where we went to eat, and for the meals there in Silver Dollar City are kind of expensive, especially if you're going to be eating there a couple of times a day, 5 days a week, or sometimes 6 days a week. Because I work there, I get off Tuesday and Wednesdays part of the time, and then the last 3 weeks I think I work 6 days a week. Um, but the food's very good, and for $5 you can get a great meal. So I eat there. It's convenient and the food's good. But while I'm there, I have all of my tools, most of them anyway, and I do demonstrations. I'm contractually obligated to be doing demonstrations a certain amount of time during the day, but you can define that however you want based upon your craft. And me sitting around explaining to people what I do, and talking about sterling silver and what it is, and uh, why you would use it for jewelry, things like that. That all counts. They want people to be, they want the craftspeople to be making nice stuff, of course, but they also want the, the visitors to be entertained. And so I tell stories about how I do this, and yeah, I don't know how entertaining it is whenever I'm laying on my BS about something, who knows. But anyway, I need to have inventory. So that's why I'm not out traveling right now. I'm making rings. This is, you probably can't see it very well. And if I bring it up close to the camera, I don't think it will show up very well. Well, it might. That's a little 6 millimeter uh, lab grown ruby. Kind of pretty, and it's on sterling silver, and it's an adjustable ring. I've learned, don't make don't make sized rings. Ugh. Make sized Making rings is, yeah, I make adjustable rings now. If you want a ring that's not adjustable, then we're going to talk about a custom piece. Just because you can, if you make rings, now I've sold a lot of rings like this, but you make rings, it's got to be the right size, and it has to have the right color stone in it and the right size stone in it. So, and so you get 10 or 20 customers looking at the same ring, and it doesn't suit any of them. And then the 21st customer comes around and you sell it. Well, no, I'm not going to have 20 people coming up to my booths looking at a couple of rings and not seeing what they want that fits. So I make adjustable rings now, and that makes it so much easier. But I do custom rings if somebody wants something. But I need, funny thing, there's an AI, artificial intelligence thing called Grok. I have Grok 3. And so I asked Grok to write me a little plan on preparing for Silver Dollar City. It told me I needed to make 50 to 100 rings, and it told me prices that, oh no, I can't do that. That's way too much work for so little money. So I'm not paying too much attention to the pricing on it. I know my pricing better, but quantity of product to make, it's probably valid. And so I'm just spending as much time as I can. Instead of going out on adventures and traveling and that sort of thing, I'm I'm building jewelry. I mean, there are this ring here. I This is the first one I made, and it's ruby. And I've got 3 more I'm making that are essentially the same design. I haven't finished bending these yet. One of them will have that's a star ruby, and I'll have a star one that's with star sapphire, and those are the star sapphire 5 or 6 millimeters, something like that. And then I've got some carnelians. I'll mount 2 of them with carnelians, and the carnelians aren't as inexpensive as a stone, but they're very pretty, and they're much larger. Uh, they they're twice as big as the. If I can figure out how to put a photo of it up there, I will. Of the one that's got the ruby. But anyway, that's where I don't want to run off the mouth too much. But that's why I'm not making videos out traveling and that sort of thing. Is I'm here in my studio home on top of the mountain in Virginia, and I'm building jewelry instead of traveling.